All right, welcome to the Affiliate Summit webinar. Today we're going to talk about repurposing your content to extend your reach and authority. All of the webinar attendees will receive a follow-up email with a 10% discount code to Affiliate Summit East 2012, of which one of our attendees here at the webinar, Daniel Clark, is going to be the MC for. There is also a new show, which is Affiliate Summit Central, which is going to be held in Austin in May. And it's a day and a half instead of the 3 days that the current affiliate summits are, the larger ones. A session only pass is only $99. A full pass, which includes food and a networking party and some other things, is $199. They're only going to have 2 tracks of speakers, so there isn't the normal full 4 that you have to choose from, and it's going to be a limited attendance. And it's being held at a Hilton in Austin, and you can go to affiliatesummit.com for more information. And then we have the Affiliate Summit East, which is in New York City. They've renamed the passes so that they're not, silver, platinum, gold, diamond, whatever anymore. So you can get a networking pass, which is just allows you into the meat market and into the party, or into the exhibit hall, the meat market on Sunday, and other networking events. And then the Networking Plus gives you access to the Sunday sessions, which are basically usually more basic than the ones that are presented on Monday and Tuesday. A VIP pass gives you access to all of the sessions, and the All Access Pass, that gives you a whole bunch of extra stuff. So another fun thing that Affiliate Summit is doing is they are doing something called Race to Affiliate Summit East. And if you sign up on Daily Mile and email Sean that you want to participate, and that's Sean@affiliatesummit.com, real easy. Affiliate Summit will donate $1 for every mile that is bicycled, ran, swam, walked, ellipticaled, treadmilled, to the Avon Walk for Breast Cancer. Affiliate Marketers Give Back is an awesome organization, I guess you would call it now, that Missy Ward created to be able to support fundraising for breast cancer research and awareness. Our next webinar is Thursday, February 23rd at 4, and it is easily create customized display banners for the Google Display Network for free. I don't know who's running that one. If you want to chat during this webinar on Twitter, the hashtag is AFSummitWebinar. And that's all the preview stuff that I have to go through, because we want you guys to know all the latest and best about Affiliate Summit. Okay. Like I said, we're going to talk about repurposing your content so that you can extend your reach and authority. It is co-sponsored by Book Goodies and Affiliate ABCs, because it applies to both. So what you have a really great blog, you have a podcast, or you have a website that you've been building for a really long time, and you wonder if there's another way to reuse that content and share the experiences and the things you've learned over the past several years. We all have knowledge that we can share. A lot of people aren't making the most of the content they've created, or they don't even realize how much knowledge they've gained over the past few years until they go to an in-person event and people start asking them questions. And every time someone asks you questions and you're able to answer them, that means you have knowledge that you can share with people that haven't come as far up the chain as you have. With the ease of video sharing and the recent breakdown of barriers to self-publishing, there is a whole world of people you can reach by repurposing your existing content. So take your best blog posts or the best articles you've written and compile them into an ebook that you can put on Amazon and on Barnes & Noble. And these are audiences that people in the affiliate niche or in your own niche may not be getting to your website, but people are going to go on Amazon the same way they go on Google, and they're going to say, I want a book about how to blog. I want a book about how to install WordPress. Janice, I want a book on how to sew. Kent, I'm looking for photo books from Minnesota. You know, I mean, there's a lot of things that you know and that you have background in, or things that you can share, that now you can reach out to an audience that's much bigger than your own website. We'll talk about ebooks a little bit more in some future webinars, but at the very least, by putting up an ebook, you create a presence on Amazon with your book. You create an author page that will also show up on Amazon and in Google, and you show up in searches on Amazon and Google for both your book and for your author page. You know, definitely people that wouldn't reach your blog any other way. And the other thing that I'm recommending for people, because, you know, we're all thinking of books as being those big hardcover things that are like, you know, 300 pages, 200 pages, 75,000 words. Instead of having one book for $39 that you're selling, write 10 books that are $2.99 each. Our society is starting to want to get their information in smaller, focused chunks. And I have some data on this from the books that we've been selling, that people like a small, focused ebook. Now, when you create a bunch of small, focused ebooks, you can see what is selling, and then you can turn around and put those on the Amazon print-on-demand book service called CreateSpace. And just to let you know, creating books for the Kindle or the Nook, you know, for Barnes & Noble or for Amazon is totally free. It doesn't cost you a penny unless you pay somebody for a book cover. So, photographers and artists, you have a collection of photographs, and in the past, the ebook readers were all black and white. Printing options are limited because color printing inside the book is really expensive. Now, with the release of the Kindle Fire in particular, and the fact that Amazon has a Kindle app for every computer or device that people have, including their phones, you can now create full color books that people can appreciate. And they can also view them in black and white on their Kindle devices that don't support color. However, they can also download an app or even view it from their browser in Kindle, and they can appreciate your photography and your art, and you can put dialogue along with it, commentary about the topic. A recent book I did is called Buddha Beach from Sedona, Arizona, and I took photos of little rock creations and paired them with a quote from Buddha. And that book is being very successful right now. You can take poetry, short stories. You know, you can publish a short story for 99 cents. After you have a bunch of short stories, you can put them together in a compilation book and sell it for $2.99 or $3.99. The other thing to remember with both Amazon and Barnes & Noble is that they want you to keep your book prices between $2.99 and $9.99. They will give you a higher commission, 70%, for keeping your prices within those ranges, which is, again, why I am recommending that people write smaller, focused books and keep them within that price range. You get 35% for 99-cent and $1.99 books, and for books over $10 in price. So if your book is very valuable and you want to price it higher, that's great. But you know, to test the waters and get started, you can do something and make 70% of your cover price. Now, podcasters, again, we're going to stay on the ebooks for a minute. Podcasters can get your recording transcribed. There are a number of good services out there for about $1 a minute. You can get the transcription, and then you can add information to the notes, add a resources page, and you have an ebook. The other thing to remember, everything can have hyperlinks. You can put hyperlinks sprinkled throughout your book. You have a resources page. I highly recommend a resources page at the end, that if you look in a print book, you'll see that authors list out all their other books. They list out their websites. They list out their author pages. You know, have a set number of pages that you put at the end of any book, and they all hyperlink almost every device, they all have wireless capability to go out on the web. The transcription service I use is SpeechPad. I'd love if you would use the link loxley.com/go/SpeechPad. They are really good, and for a 15-minute podcast, it's $15. You can't go wrong. All right, now, first we talked about reusing your content to put it into books. Now, take that content and record a podcast. There are a lot of podcast directories in addition to iTunes, the motherlode of all podcasts and RSS feeds. You can submit a podcast of your material. Don't be afraid of podcasting. It's simple. If you're just getting started, you can do it very inexpensively. Daniel has a site, QAQN, Daniel Clark, that you can go to if you need some, professional help getting started. But to just get your feet wet, there are free programs on the internet where you can record the audio on your computer. The most popular program being a free program that works on Mac and PC called Audacity. You can simply read your transcript into your microphone on your computer. You can have a couple people and get together and chat about a topic. I prefer to have a co-host and guests. I prefer to have other voices in addition to my own, but there are a lot of very successful solo voice podcasts. And once you have the recording and you put it up on your website, like I said, there are tons of places where you can go and get that podcast out in front of people. And if you're camera shy, podcasting is also the way to go. You can get used to listening to your voice. You don't have to do your hair and makeup. You can just, get your content out there. And there are people who listen to podcasts when they would not read content. Vinny and I are already getting some feedback that we haven't done enough Affiliate ABC's podcast lately because people have run out of things to listen to while they're doing their workouts and while they're running. The next thing you should be doing is videos. And again, if you don't want to have yourself be personally in the video, that's fine. You can use a program like Camtasia, a program like ScreenFlow. There are free programs out there, but I haven't tested any of them lately. For the Mac, I love ScreenFlow. And for the PC, most people go with Camtasia or Cam Studio, I think is the free one. You can create a slideshow, a PowerPoint, and narrate or put it to music. And you can also, you can play your PowerPoint and you can take people through the steps on a live website and then edit it. You can show people how to set up a WordPress site by going through the actual steps of setting one up. You can, create a video of showing people how to do something intricate on, with almost anything. YouTube, and this is a surprise to me, YouTube is the second largest search engine on the internet. Among teens, it's the #1 search engine. When they go to buy something now, they don't go to Google and type in iPhone. They go to YouTube and they say, how do I set a custom ringtone on my iPhone? And they go watch videos. If they want to learn how to do something, if they want product reviews, they go right to YouTube. The next generation is very visually and audio oriented and not so much text oriented. So it really is a good idea to get your content out there in different formats. Videos may seem like more work, but again, you're going to get your content in front of people that won't see it on your website directly. And when you create your videos, when you upload them to YouTube, the first thing in your description is going to be your URL to take them to your website. And then again, you can take those videos, get them transcribed, and again, dual or triple purpose out of them, because with a video, you can strip off the audio and you've got a podcast, you can get it transcribed, and you've got an ebook. Now, with all these wonderful ways that you can repurpose your content, now you need to tie it all together so that you can use these to bring your website up in the rankings and to enhance your, your reputation and your authority. If you have a book published on Amazon, you can put on your website that you have a book published on Amazon. And yes, even though everybody can do it, not everybody will do it. So you've raised yourself above the crowd by putting yourself on Amazon and putting yourself on Barnes and Noble and getting yourself out there. Now, like I said, make sure you link from all your external content back to your website. In every podcast, you have to say your website at the end. I'm going to repeat that I'm going to tell you that most of the people that listen to the podcast that Vinny O'Hare and I create listen to them in what's called a podcatcher. They never go to our website. They listen to it totally through iTunes. They download it from various websites, and we have to tell them where to go if they want to visit our website and get more information. And you want to make sure you do that as well. And then you create a post on your website that has the notes from that podcast. Some people put the full transcription on that page. I prefer to put some notes and then encourage people to listen. On YouTube, like I said, the first thing you put in your description is your URL with the HTTP on front. It will turn into a clickable link. You can also do an overlay on YouTube where you can put your URL inconspicuously at the bottom. And of course, at the end of your video, you're going to have, to contact us. Here's our email address. Here's our website. And another thing that you want to do with YouTube is, I totally forgot. Sorry, guys. All right, so Amazon. You can't link from your book description, but you can link from within your book and your author page. This is really important. Your author page can have any blog or RSS you want. So if you go to loxley.com/go/DC author, you'll see my author page, and you'll see that I have I have 3 different blogs feeding in there, and I have my Twitter stream feeding in there. So you can put as many RSS feeds as you want, and it shows the last 3. I recommend using a link shortener so that you can link to your Amazon book pages and inside your podcast so that you can give people a short link. You'll notice I've been using loxley.com/go. That is a link shortener. There's a free open source one called Your, YOURLS, and you can put that on any domain you want. If you're using WordPress and you want to keep things simple, you can use a plugin called Pretty Links that will allow you to create short URLs based on your domain. I like my Loxley.com one because it's a short URL. It's only 5 letters. It doesn't take up a lot of space. And the one problem with both YouTube and Amazon is that you don't know where your traffic is coming from. So if you use a link shortener, then you can at least figure out from your clicks, where your links were clicked on and how many people have visited your pages. And for each book, you can create a different link so you can track who's clicking from what books back to your website. Like I already mentioned, in podcasts, link to your show notes, repeat the links in the broadcast for those who are listening from podcatchers. And the way this all helps with your authority is now when people do a search for you on the internet, they don't just find one listing for you. And you put on your website that, you have podcasts or radio shows. You can call them radio shows if you want to. here's your YouTube channel where people can get to know you and see you. And both audio and video makes you more approachable, because people feel more of a personal connection to you than if they just read the text on a page. We've gone past the About Us page just needing a photo on it. About Us pages need a video. They need, an audio file, so that people can get to know the person that they're reading the information from and decide whether it's reputable or not. And again, publishing on Amazon has a little more authority than publishing on ClickBank. So this is pretty much just the beginning of what you can do. Evergreen content can be recreated over and over again. You can get yourself now into extra places so that you can get into the search engines in more ways, and that you don't have to rely on the search engines for your traffic. Again, every one of these places you can put a link back to, hey, join our newsletter, and have a newsletter sign up form, so the people that listen to your content or watch your content from somewhere else, people can embed your videos in other websites. So if one of your videos happens to get a lot of attention, that's the other reason you need to have extra links in the video itself, so that, if people, if you've got a cute cat video and it goes viral, all those websites have a way for people to backlink back to you. And why should you listen to me? I'm a podcaster, blogger, photographer. I love helping people make money. I have several websites that you can see listed there. Two of the most exciting ones right now are bookgoodies.net, where I am encouraging authors to come and post their books. Give me the information about your books, and we'll help you. We're going to start setting up a network of reviewers that'll be able to go in and review some books for people. Nightfire Publications is where we are personally publishing our own. It's our own publishing house. It features books from myself, my daughter, my 12-year-old grandson has a book. Writing that my sons did in the past. It's really exciting to be able to get into this new world of self-publishing, because it's become so much easier and so much more respectable. And then for those of you that are affiliates or bloggers, we have affiliate ABCs, blogging ABCs. If you want to know some good affiliate programs to run, that would be teamloxley.com. We manage affiliate programs. And I would love for you all to hop over to forum.affiliatesummit.com, become a member, talk about the webinar series, talk about your questions about affiliate marketing in general, and just stop in and say hi. So, do any of you have any questions? Did I cover what you wanted to hear? Is there anything you'd like to know? If you have a microphone and you raise your hand, I'll unmute you. Otherwise, you can type questions into the question box. No questions? I'm amazed. Is anybody listening? How do you create books for Amazon or Kindle? Well, since this went more quickly than normal, I will actually explain that to you. Yeah, Daniel, you don't need the discount. He's the MC for the Affiliate Summit East. So, how do you create a book for Amazon? You're gonna smile, and then you're gonna say, "No, really, how do you create a book for Amazon?" The way you create a book for Amazon is you open a Word document and you start typing, and you save that as a .doc, and you're done. Seriously. You can, for the photographers and artists that are listening, the other thing that you do is you do an insert from the Word menu, and you insert your photo, and then you type your information that you want associated with that photo, and then you hit insert page break to go to the next photo. It's really that simple. And you don't need high quality original photos. You actually need to resize them and compress them because they're only going to be displayed. They're not going to be printed. And if your book file size is too big, Amazon will laugh at you. I uploaded a Word document that was 111 megabytes, and they said, no, really, 50 megabytes is our limit, please. So it is a lot easier to get started than you think. You go to kdp.amazon.com, and that will be where you create an account and you upload your document. Daniel wants to know if they take PDFs, and they do, but they will come out horribly. You really, really, really need to have a .doc. They have recently added a very cool preview tool so that, you know, when you're in a draft mode, you can start creating a book and you can keep it in draft. You don't have to publish it, and you can upload your manuscript, and then it'll upload it, then it'll convert it, and then there'll be a link where you can download the .mobi file, and you will open that in your own Kindle app on your Mac or on your PC, and you will be able to see it just like it will appear on in a Kindle, and how people will see it. So if you I haven't uploaded a PDF. I know they are very, 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 very much against you opening a PDF and only want you to upload it if it's your last resort and you don't have a Word document. The other thing you need to understand is that your book is not going to look the way you created it. I had yes, you can take your existing books out of their coffins and put them up on Amazon as an ebook. But what you need to do is you really need to not try to upload a PDF. It's so simple. What I started to say was that you have to give up on the idea of formatting your book. Okay, your book needs to be image, line, a space, a hard return, and then content underneath the image, and then page break. That's the only thing you get to do. Don't try to do right justified, left justified. Images are going to be centered on the page. They're going to be hovering right above or below your content. You have to use Times New Roman, no fancy fonts, because basically what they do is a .mobi file is basically a version of HTML. If you can do HTML5 and CSS, that will be acceptable. But again, you have to be careful with your fonts because, fancy fonts are going to get stripped. Tables are going to be hard to display. People can, a Kindle is 7 inches, and people can look at it either horizontally or vertically, and they can change the font size, they can change the font, they can change the color that they're looking at the page. They can look white on black, black on white, and black on like the off-white the book paper is sometimes on. So you have to give up control. I know some of you have a problem with that, especially the artistic types. We have a lovely woman who put out a wonderful cookbook, and it was all this real scrolly fancy font, and every page was a JPEG. And if someone opened it on an iPhone, they would just like, what is this? I can't read it. Hopefully you wouldn't be reading a cookbook on your iPhone, but people do. And even on the Kindle, the 7-inch Kindle, I had to like enlarge the image and scroll from side to side to be able to read it. So you have to remember who your end audience is and how they're going to consume your content. So if you're publishing just straight text, you're in luck. Just a Word document, hardly any formatting at all. You can do different font sizes and bolds and italic and all that kind of stuff. But, it's really very simple. Most important thing you want is a great book cover, because that's how you're going to get people's attention when they're looking through the search. Go to Amazon, search on your topic, and see what comes up. And look and see how other people that are ranking high on the paid list are doing. Um, when you publish to Amazon and you make things exclusive to the Kindle, you get some extra perks. One of which um, you can give your book away for free 5 days out of 90 days. And this is kind of an important tool that, at first as an author, you're like, why do I want to give my book away? You want to have a page that has that's populated. You want your book page to have recommended reading on it. You want it to have books bought by this person or bought by someone else. And by giving your book away for free, that all happens. It populates the page. People will give you reviews, and you have a nice book page that gets you up in the Amazon rankings. How was that for a 10-minute how to create a Kindle book? Any other questions? No? Oh, let's see. How do you create a book for iPad? The same way. There is a Kindle app for the iPad. One thing I'm going to warn the Mac people about. Apple has released an app for the Mac that will make, and I know you're laughing at this, Daniel. You think you were asking something funny. They have actually created an app for the Mac and for the iPad that will allow you to make interactive books, and that will upload them to the iBookstore. There's a problem with this app that bloggers and authors figured out quite quickly because they read the terms of service, unlike a lot of people. And Amazon owns your content, or I'm sorry, Apple owns your content if you publish through this app to the Apple store. So be a little bit careful about tools that you find on the web that claim to make it easy for you to create a book and get it into a specific type of seller. Thanks everybody for coming by. We're glad you were able to stop in, and I hope you learned something, and we'll see you at the Affiliate Summit Forum.